100 people are officially listed as missing in New Mexico. Some have been missing for 2 months, others 2 decades. Target 7 reveals who's actually looking. Here's Julian Patas.
Just trying to get through every day and continue to look for her.
Natalie Padilla has been missing her daughter, Anastasia Ferreira, since May 15th of 2023. Anastasia is now 20. More than 400 days have passed, yet nothing haunts her mother like day number 1.
It doesn't feel real. It seems like a dream. It honestly feels like a dream. I don't feel like it's been that long.
The New Mexico Department of Safety's website lists nearly 800 New Mexicans as currently missing. Anastasia Ferreira's name still floating among them. Even though Padilla is her mother and has complied with everything asked of her by local police, she says detectives aren't telling much about what they've found.
Being it is an open investigation, they haven't told me a lot of what's being done. So yeah, it's been difficult.
The Albuquerque Police Department has been investigating the disappearance of Anastasia since last May. Her family says all police have told them is her phone last pinging here on Central Avenue on March 16th of 2023, and it took them nearly a year just to learn that. Target 7 asked APD why they don't tell families more.
You know, when you look at missing person cases, it's not necessarily a crime to go missing. And so there's a lot of different things that these detectives are having to look at.
Deputy Chief George Vega says gathering cell phone data, social media activity, or getting reported sightings takes a lot of time.
They're going through all their checklists and trying to determine where the person is, and then they either reach a fork in the road whether this person wants to be found, not want to be found, or if this person's endangered.
In cases like Ferreira's, detectives are also looking for any traces of foul play suspected or an abduction. But investigators don't have substantial evidence to back that up.
It's every parent's worst nightmare. But the reality still is that's just a fact when it comes to law enforcement's involvement in these roles and in these investigations.
Paul Zeich is a former APD commander who also knows about the ins and outs of these investigations. He says his one concern with missing persons units is how they are staffed. Right now, the Department of Public Safety's missing persons list includes 233 people from Albuquerque. From them, APD's missing persons unit has 5 officers. By comparison, the Crime Against Children unit has 9 officers, the Homicide unit 16. Zeich says the missing persons unit may have fewer officers because there are other crimes with more evidence to investigate.
They're going to usually be staffed, those units that would be in charge of these investigations, with a very low amount of investigators, because there may be absolutely no additional information.
If something comes in, a detective is going to work it. It doesn't get put on the back burner.
Target 7 asked Deputy Chief Vega if there is any need to beef up the missing persons unit. He says he's confident the experience the 5 people in the unit share are able to do the work needed to solve cases like Anastasia's.
As the deputy chief, I'm comfortable where they're at.
Meanwhile, a mother is still missing her daughter, months after she was last seen. Padilla says others have the same frustrations she does.
And I've spoken to other mothers, and it's the same thing. They're just waiting to hear information, contacting the detectives, trying to get more information, and it's the same thing with them.
She says police have told her they'll consider the case to be cold unless they get more information soon. The family taking matters into their own hands, hanging more than 500 flyers from Belen to Santa Fe. As the case for Padilla's daughter grows colder by the day, she's pleading with the community and with law enforcement to not forget about Anastasia, because she says there are hundreds of mothers like her suffering in silence.
And she doesn't deserve to not be looked for.
For Target 7, I'm Julian Patas.